How's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a very different style of video today. I'm going to get rid of all this nonsense now. The reason why I put all this on is basically because I've had a breakout as a result of all the stress from work and YouTube recently. So, yeah. But basically, I wanted to do a different style of video based on something that I asked you guys to do almost, in fact, more than 2 months ago now. Over on my Instagram, @CarsWithJB, I asked you guys to do a configurator for me on the Aston Martin Vantage. So, basically today what I'm going to do is go through all of those entries from you guys. None of them have any names attached. There's no sort of harassing of any individual person here. I'm just going to go through all of the individual specs you guys have done for me and give you my thoughts on them. If you like this video and want to see more like it, then do hit the like button, subscribe for more weekly car content, and let me know in the comments down below, because if you do enjoy it, I will make more like this and get you guys involved as much as possible. This very much feels like a more YouTube-y style video at this point, so I hope it goes well. I hope you guys enjoy it. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright, so here you can see the configurator that they give you from Aston Martin. So you can like choose a color, you can choose to do it either as a coupe or a convertible, etc, etc, etc. It's gotten better over time, but it's a very interesting one. So you can choose like manual, automatic, what kind of front grille you want, you can do all the interior, etc, etc, etc. Basically, there's a whole bunch of options, and I quite enjoyed working on it. And the reason why I even thought of doing this video is because one of my very good friends, who often actually comments on my videos, you may have seen a comment or two from him, sent over his example. So here you can see his example. It's in intense blue. He's got the Rogue front grille. You're going to see throughout this video, I'm not a massive fan of that grille. But basically here, he just sent me over this for fun. Him and his girlfriend put it together, I think, and he sent it on Instagram. And I think it's I thought this is actually a pretty cool idea. Why don't I share this with everyone else on Instagram and see if anyone else wants to get involved? So thank you very much to my mate Max for putting this together and getting me excited, particularly with that tan interior right there. Big fan, or what's it called? Oxford tan. Very nice. Big fan of that. But yeah, by giving me this idea, I've got this video idea. So let's just jump right into it. Before we start looking at your guys' specs, let's have a look at what I would have done for my spec. So I went with Pentland Green. It's the closest thing I could find to British Racing Green. I went for obviously the cooler of the two front grills, in my opinion, the mesh one rather than the sort of crossed up one. And then also went for the lightweight forged wheels. Basically carbon fiber on all the lower parts of the car, as well as a Rogue choice as well going here on the little air vents. I probably could have kept that green as well, but decided it looked cooler as carbon fiber. But I didn't change the back bit. There's a back bit of the car, this bit here, which you can also make carbon fiber. I thought that was a bit of overkill. Maybe it's overkill already, but I just think this looks quite good. The idea of this was to go sort of Lotus-esque or Jim Clark-esque, so you can see the green and the yellow calipers and that kind of stuff. And then on the interior, of course, had to go for that Oxford tan and then contrast it with the stitching, and then also bring that carbon fiber into the car as well. So if I was going to have a Vantage, it would probably be in this spec. It might not be. This is just like a dream spec rather than a being intelligent and it might resell spec. And also you can very clearly see here, it's a manual. It's got to be a manual. It'd be rude not to. Right, so with my spec in mind, let's go have a look at your guys' specs. And the first spec I have, I actually do have a name for. This is Aldas's spec. So Aldas is another YouTuber. He does F1 videos. We catch up every so often. And he actually recorded a podcast with me where we reviewed all of your configurations already. I've forgotten it at this point. But basically, I screwed up. I deleted my footage by accident. I'm such an idiot. And you don't have a podcast from us, which would have been quite a cool thing to have. But instead, you've got my lovely face with this fat spot going through your specs instead. So let's have a look at his specs. Lightning silver, I get that, going with a James Bond vibe. Same wheels as me. I do respect that as well, with the nice calipers on there as well, matching the body color. It's a very clean spec. Big fan of this. And then also, in fact, little to no carbon fiber on the exterior of the car, which is cool. But then also going for that Alcantara interior. I mean, this is a very like racy interior spec, but then also having that kind of James Bondy theme on the outside. So very nice, Aldas. Thank you for giving me that, and I'm sorry that I screwed up our podcast. So let's go through some of your specs then. This one here is Concourse Blue. Good choice of the grille there. Definitely respect that. Ooh, very interesting wheels there. Gone for the kind of wheels that ultra right people definitely wouldn't like. I'm not sure I quite understand the yellow calipers behind the Concourse Blue. I definitely like the amount of carbon fiber you've got around the car, but I actually personally don't necessarily like it being on the door handle. I just think it looks a little bit weird. It's like kind of this really nice blue door and then this rogue little bit of carbon fiber in there. That interior is mad. They have gone rogue with that one. light duotone, black damson, and obsidian black. Wow, that is rogue. I don't really know what either of these two colors are. Like, this is a purpley looking color, and then you've got this like almost greeny black color. I mean, fair enough if it's to your idea. Definitely not my vibe, but I appreciate the effort. Let's go on to the next one. Now that's a color I can get behind, the Pentland green, but that grille, definitely not for me. What is that grille actually called? The veined front grille, or the veined front grille. Yeah, that's not for me, unfortunately. I like the carbon fiber that you've got going on already though. That's looking very nice. Probably actually the more, I don't know, like classy front grille to go for, but it just doesn't look good in my opinion. Yeah, these diamond turned wheels, they are quite nice. I just feel like they were a little bit flashy in my opinion. I felt like they were a bit much, almost on the exterior of the car. Like if you look at this picture here, kind of just looks like, I don't know, they're just so much on the exterior when the car itself is supposed to be the stunning thing. I literally don't know at this point, but I prefer the performance wheels over these ones basically. These just seem a little bit too shiny and flashy. But I do like obviously having the Pentland green, having the little British flag here as well, very nice. Going for that again, the Alcantara interior, got the contrast stitching, the mocha as well. Yeah, very, very nice. I quite like these sort of little tan bits you've got going on the seats. That's very cool. I mean, it's not too dissimilar to my spec, just without the tan interior basically. Cosmos orange. Now this is cool. This kind of goes for like Lambo spec, you know, where you got like the Rogue massively bright color, like an orange Lambo basically, or a lime green Lambo or whatever, and then you contrast it with the black. So I think that's well cool how you've banged out that. Inserts here, I don't know what you've done with the inserts. I actually don't know. I didn't know if I even saw that. Ooh, but one thing I'm not a fan of, I've already spotted it, the red calipers. Can't get behind that. One, everyone's got red calipers. Two, red calipers on orange, I just don't know if those two colors go. They're not really my thing. I think maybe orange calipers would have gone a lot better with this, or just black calipers even, like a solid black caliper would have looked good on there. It doesn't look too bad in this picture, but I couldn't back that bit. I can see you're definitely not a big fan of the carbon fiber. You got the carbon fiber roof, which is pretty cool, so I like that you've got like that one little bit in there, but the rest of it is body color. I appreciate that. I know that carbon fiber is to some people's taste, but not to everyone's taste. And I really like what you've done with the interior, going for the Alcantara, but then also bringing in those sort of orange features to match the outside of the car. Very nice. And up next, another Cosmos orange one, very nice again, with the snowflake diamond turned wheels as well. Again, I thought there was just too much going on. There's so many spokes there, so many individual little spokes, but I do like the orange calipers. So here we go, some orange calipers, the orange exterior, that's what I like to see. And then added in all of this carbon fiber. Yeah, as I said, big fan of carbon fiber, looks really good around the car, offsets the orange nicely. Maybe even though, I think the previous car that I showed you with the black trim, the black actually did look quite good with the orange, so maybe it's a best of both worlds here. I'd go for the wheels on that one and the black trim on that one, but then the orange calipers on this one, and maybe a couple of the extra carbon fiber bits, but not all of them for sure. Interior, obsidian black, kept it simple, no messing, manual, love to see that. Big fan, let's go. Another Pentland green boy, yes, love to see this. And it's not got carbon fiber around it, so it's kind of like mine, but without the carbon fiber from the looks of things immediately. Got those yellow calipers, big fan, obviously said about the wheels already. Gone for the chrome, so this is another thing you can do here. This sort of window edge here, you can go for that in black, or you can go for it in chrome. I think I blacked mine out if I remember correctly, but this is chromed out. Definitely appreciate going for like the chrome because it matches the diamond cut on the alloys, which is cool. Interesting decision to go for the single exit exhaust rather than the dual exit, so I went for the dual exits on mine, but the single exit does look nice. This is a much more classic spec. What I've realized is basically you guys have much more refined taste in cars than I do. For me, it's like chuck some carbon fiber on there, throw a load of exhaust pipes on there, make it look angry and loud, and then also a little bit British, basically, is my kind of vibe. Whereas you guys are like, oh, let's give it some nice features. Let's bring out the chrome here, and then obviously the green there, and then the yellow. Yeah, love to see it. Whereas, yeah, maybe I'm just bad at specing cars. Who knows? When I'm rich in the future, we'll find out for sure. Oh, and I've literally just said that. I can't back that interior. Green and blue, you've lost me. I take it back. I'm the one who's good at specing cars. What's going on here, boys? I can't back a blue interior on a green car. I'm joking, by the way. I don't particularly think that I'm good at specing cars at all, but I would not have a blue interior in a green car, but that's just personal preference. This is a slightly different one as well, Royal Indigo. So the blue and the yellow, I definitely appreciate that. That's an old school kind of color style to go for. Definitely like the forged wheels as well with the diamond turn on them as well. That's very nice. I didn't, again, understand these. Like, why are some of them diamond cut and why are some of them like black. I just don't understand why you'd go for that, whatever. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Add on the yellow calipers. You've got this yellow line around the front as well. I see what you're going for. I think it might be a bit much with the yellow diffuser. Like, I think that's a bit gross. But this bit here and on the front is maybe okay. That bit there, not a massive fan of. Also, I appreciate that indigo is supposed to be like purple, but it looks more bluey than purple. So I'm just going to stand by blue. But saying that about bringing out the yellow, I do like the yellow on the interior. So similar to what the other guy did with the orange, this is really cool. Having like the Alcantara, but then with the yellow brought into the car. So yeah, that's a very nice feature. I haven't seen someone bring their sort of secondary color into the interior rather than the primary one. So yeah, big fan of that. Well done. Oscillus Teal. Wow, that's a nice color. That's not bad at all. And also very nice in terms of the spec. It's very simple in terms of going for all of the carbon fiber, going for the blacked out alloys, going for the black on the calipers. That's really cool as well. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I like this kind of vibe. And he's gone for the roadster as well. So this is the first roadster I've seen. Looks pretty cool. I think as a roadster, this would bang. Imagine driving that around in summer. Maybe not this summer, because this summer might be a bit rubbish. But yeah, that'd be pretty nice. One thing I'm not a fan of, though, going for that carbon fiber insert here, particularly with like the carbon fiber there and then the carbon fiber badge as well. Just seems like overkill. Go for like either the body color insert and then the carbon fiber badge, or vice versa is what I'd suggest. Interior, yeah, maybe it's just me, but the interior just seems to not actually be black. Like this black stuff here just looks like it's green. Maybe I'm just silly, maybe my eyes don't work. Magnetic silver, this is looking very James Bondy, big fan already. And then the orange calipers on silver. Let's have a look at how that looks as an overall car. Yeah, not bad. I understand what you're going for there. Seems a bit rogue, like I don't know where else you're putting the orange from, but fair enough. For me, that's like the same kind of thing as throwing on some red ones, but yeah, I guess. Maybe I'd go for black calipers instead. The carbon fiber, pretty sick. And this is what I meant. So like if you go for the carbon fiber insert, keep the standard badge. That looks much nicer. Big fan of that actually. That's really nice. That interior, maybe I just don't understand. I think like I like the idea of going for a two-tone interior. I like the idea of going for red in an interior because I'm a big fan of red interiors. But I don't necessarily think that it goes with the exterior at this point. Maybe I'm being harsh. No, actually I think I'm probably being harsh. Zafir blue, so straight up blue this time. I'm going for the blue and yellow, so blue and yellow again. We could probably skip through this a little bit by going for the big carbon fiber trim. Yeah, again, that to me looks like you got banana on the back of the car. Definitely can't get involved with that. Let's skip past that, sharpish. But yeah, here in the interior again, going for Alcantara. Very simple, not messing about, but automatic. I mean, it's a Grand Tourer. You can definitely go for an automatic. Don't listen to me, I just like manuals. Another Zafir blue. I think I prefer having just the yellow caliper rather than the yellow on the interior bit here. So yeah, definitely a fan of that yellow caliper. And then yes, see, there we go, having the carbon fiber diffuser as well. So this is much more along the lines of a blue spec for me. This looks buff. Like, again, think the alloys might be a bit too much, but yeah, a really nice little spec going on there. And then the interior, nice and simple too. Zafir blue is just popular at this point, and I like that. I think that's like, yeah, Madagascar orange on those calipers. That's really nice. It really offsets it. I don't know why, but it just looks a little bit better. It looks kind of like goldy, and I'm a big fan of gold. Scroll down a bit, and yeah, as you can see, it is a convertible as well, so a roadster, and they've got kind of the blue roadster hood on there as well, which I think is really nice. Scroll down, and then the blue interior. Oh, imagine a hot sunny day in summer, cruising around in that with a blue interior. You would look so rich, it would hurt. It would actually, you'd physically not be able to handle your own wealth. It'd be disgusting. Oh, but one thing, I don't know, that splitter in the body color, I think I'm in two minds about it. It looks nice because it's the same color as the body, but it's just because of the renders, it looks plasticky, and that for me would be a deal breaker. Massive fan of that interior. Keep that going. More of that. Pentland green, let's go. And also the wrong grille, in my opinion, or the more Aston Martin grille versus the more racing Aston Martin grille. I'm actually a fan of those wheels though. Like, actually in silver, it looks much nicer in my opinion than the diamond cut. It just doesn't look as fussy, maybe is the word for it. I like how sensible it is. No carbon fiber nonsense, no nothing, just super, yeah, sensible. Got the standard sort of grayish, blackish colored roof, no worries. And then a tan interior, green over tan. Yep, they've just basically played me. They've looked at who I follow on Instagram. They see I follow green over tan. They're like, yep, let's go for that to get the JB vote. So they've done well there. Silver Birch Provenance. I haven't seen this color yet, but this is looking very James Bondy as well. I mean, basically, if it's silverish, I'm gonna say it looks James Bondy. And the 20-inch snowflake wheel again in satin black with the red calipers. Let's see how those red calipers actually stack up on the car. It looks okay. I'm not sure I'm a big fan of this color. I just feel like it's almost a bit pearly or like pearlish white. Basically, I just feel like the color doesn't really know what it is. It's not quite worked out where it sits in the world. But I do actually think, if I go back to this first picture, this looks really cool. Like from the front section, it looks nice. And I have to admit, it looks good with that grille too. And it looks a bit more Grand Toury and less aggressive. But then my thing is, like, the back of the car does look aggressive with that splitter. So why wouldn't I have an aggressive splitter on the front as well? Like, aggressive rear splitter, aggressive front splitter, surely. I think that cream on the interior looks quite nice as well. Like, that's really cool. I'd maybe have it as a single tone rather than a duotone or whatever they're calling it, like duotone. On to the last few now, I guess. Liquid Crimson, a red one. So surely that's illegal. You're only allowed to have red Ferraris. No other sports cars or supercars are allowed to be red, I heard. But Ferraris aside, this is quite nice. I don't know if I like the red and yellow. Doesn't quite do it for me. I'd probably go red over red. Again, like with the colored splitter, it looks a little bit better in red, but still looks quite plasticky. I'm hoping again that doesn't look like that in real life. I've actually seen a bunch of these Vantages in real life, and they are absolutely stunning cars, which is why I chose this car in particular, also because my friend sent it, but it's one of the most beautiful Aston Martins in my opinion. So I'm probably just barking up the wrong tree there. But yeah, I think maybe that's a little bit, I don't know about that. But yeah, fussy on the alloys. Yellow maybe not, but maybe as well. But the interior is pretty mad. Like, going for this is, that's actually, I like this. This is sick. Like, swapping out the carbon fiber here for like the red to match the exterior, that's very nice. And like the red carpets too, that's super cool. Another Liquid Crimson, also with red calipers. So red calipers on, let's have a look at how that looks instead. I think that kind of works, like going for the red and red. That looks a little bit less mad. And also see here how you've got like the carbon diffuser. I think that just is a little bit less offensive to the eye. The interior, the little red bits, I understand the red stitching too, to kind of match that exterior. Yeah, I understand where it's going, and I think this is supposed to be obsidian black, and so yeah, I think obsidian black just isn't black enough. Another Zaffa blue one, and this one is blue and red. This is kind of like a Superman spec or something. So yeah, got the red on there, on the wing mirrors, on the calipers, basically red on the, wow, man's gone for red on the diffuser as well. That's insane. Like, what's going on here? I don't know if I back that, but at the same time, I'm not anti it. My brain hasn't just thrown it out the window yet. It's not how I would ever spec my Aston, but I don't know if it'd be a good Aston for resale even, just because of the rogue color choices. But if you wanted it for yourself and you wanted it to look aggressive, I get the idea, and like matching that all up. The interior, light duotone, obsidian black with ice mocha. Yeah, I think that's quite nice. Does it go with the exterior of the car? Maybe not. I feel like the exterior is a lot more brash than the interior at this point. So like, this is a lot more aggressive to the eye than this. So maybe I'd go for an aggressive interior too, just go all out aggression. Another Pentland green one, and this one is looking very similar to my spec. You got the same diffuser, etc., but it's not with the carbon fiber. So yeah, this is basically very similar to my spec, just without the carbon fiber. And to be honest, it probably looks better. I don't know if I like this bit here. Again, like, that's a bit rogue, but as an overall, it does look quite nice. The interior though, yeah, I'd probably go for tan. Like, green over tan looks really good. I get the green over black as well, but like green over tan, yeah, all about that. So there's Siberia blue. Again, not my ideal front grille, but I get it. It does look nice still as an overall color choice. The red calipers on it, a little bit basic, but I still appreciate the idea. I like that you've got like a little bit of carbon fiber, and why a little bit and like a really little bit, but I don't know if I like, again, that carbon fiber there. I'm just super prejudiced against this little panel right here, basically. Like, this is the make or break of the entire car for me. Scorpus red. Now this is mad. That's red. Like, that, when I said about Ferrari red, like, this is going more towards that kind of red, and I like it. I really do like it. I think the red over the black is quite nice. Maybe the carbon fiber doesn't work so well with brighter colors. I'd maybe consider going for the non-carbon fiber trims, going on the black trim there. Depends on the carbon fiber as well. Like, this carbon fiber is clearly all satin style carbon fiber, but if you go for like the gloss carbon, then it can sometimes work with brighter colors. I just think maybe black is better. But that interior bangs. I'm a big fan of that. Like, you've got that red exterior, you've got that red lower on the interior. That would look really cool with then the black Alcantara. Gives it that sort of more race feel. Definitely a fan. On to the last couple of specs. Midnight Blue, another new one with yellow. So people seem to love this blue and yellow that's going on. And also throwing in all of the carbon fiber trimmings on this one that you can. Oh, that rear diffuser though. It's like when you got someone who's wearing like shorts with something on the shorts. Like, you know when you see those like girls normally wearing shorts with like a Madness logo on the back that's like a bit brash and a bit too much? That's how I kind of feel about this. That said, like the Vantage has a stunning rear end, so you kind of want to accentuate it, but I feel like it accentuates itself, so maybe I wouldn't go for that. But I do like that you've got the yellow theme and then you've matched it with the yellow on the interior. Like, that's kind of cool. And the last one, Zephyr Blue. Clearly the most popular color, I would say, from this video. Blue, red calipers, oh, and a red roof. Man's gone rogue on that one. So the blue, yeah, with the red, kind of understand it. The carbon fiber, yeah, we can get involved in keeping the carbon fiber all low down. I like that, so no carbon fiber on the inserts, nothing here, etc. Obviously the badge, but then going for that red roof. Now I think the red roof would look good, but I don't know if it looks good with the calipers. I think the calipers I'd keep grey or black or something. But then that interior is mad. See, now this is an interior. Just go all out red, have done with it, and probably lots of Vantage owners wouldn't buy this. They probably wouldn't consider going for a red interior because I'd assume that they'd want to go for something a little bit more classy than a red interior. I like a red interior personally. Maybe that makes me brash, who knows? But yeah, definitely a fan. So I really enjoyed going through those. I really appreciate you guys sending those all in to me. That's pretty much every single one I got. I got a random few that were like DB11s and DBSs and stuff. Haven't bothered to include those in this video. But if you guys enjoyed this kind of stuff, I know it's very different to my normal content and it's a little bit more opinion based than factual based or like working on a car based. But I thought it would be fun to go through your guys' specs and see how you guys would spec a car versus how I spec a car. Having seen this, would I change my spec of the Aston? Probably not. I quite like my spec. Maybe I wouldn't have the yellow calipers. The yellow calipers are a bit much, maybe. But other than that, I'd keep mine pretty much the same. Maybe change a couple of bits to carbon fiber because I've gone all in carbon fiber on that car. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff. Massive thank you to the patrons and thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.